Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got views.
The first thing I heard of you was Hit the Scene 2. And I want to say, did that drop on World Star or Wicked Films? The video, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's on World Star.
When you had the Jimmy Neutron haircut and you was doing the dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this dude? You know, this was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first that I heard. Then I went back and heard because I saw this is part 2 or where's part 1, and that's when I found out about the one with you and Chopper, yeah. But that was my first, hearing or seeing you, and then I went back but that album that you drop's dope, bro. And like the intro, I like how you talked about, I'm just gonna be real in this whole, and throughout the album, you're gonna hear me having trouble speaking as the album goes on. It's because it was just documenting the way the progression of what that way that works.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a dope album, dude.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I think Go Dummy was probably my favorite one on there, though.
Go Dummy, I feel like that song slipped on right now. That one's so hard.
Yeah, I think that one was dope.
How old do you think I am? Like, I've been getting this debate from everybody.
23.
That's fair. I'm 22.
Yeah, I figured you were probably early 20s.
I mentioned your name to my daughter, and she was like, oh, and I was like, has to be close to the same age, right?
Yeah, because she's a freshman in college.
The older cat, she's like, who?
She's a big fan of Ozzy and Young Boy and all them, so, like, I figured you were probably early 20s.
Yeah, I'm 22. I turned 23 in January.
Yeah. The, bro, Hotter is a banger.
That hoe, so if I say that like that hoe, that's the Memphis.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
That's so hard though. No, Hotter's so hard.
That was dope. Have you shot the visual for that yet?
Yeah, we just got done shooting it last week, so we finna drop that in probably next week or 2.
Hell yeah. I guess we'll go ahead and get into it, man. ChadArmesTV, man. We are here, and we've got a young goat in the making right here, man.
Yes, sir.
We've got White Sosa.
Yes, sir.
In the building, man. This is something we've been working on for a minute, just trying to get schedules lined up. And I was actually intending to go to Memphis, and he's like, no, actually, we'll come to Nashville. So I appreciate you for doing that, bro. Appreciate y'all for coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to sit down and talk to you, man. I think you've got a really dope story. One thing that I've told multiple people about you is I really, really dig your energy.
Yeah.
Because you can look at somebody in interviews and videos, and you can just kind of get a sense of like what kind of energy they put out there in the universe. And I think I just like your energy, bro, and you're super talented. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of get into it, man. Let's start first where are you from? Are you from Memphis, born and raised? Or?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. What part of Memphis is it?
East Memphis.
East,
like Curry, over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to speak a little bit about growing up, how growing up was in East Memphis?
Growing up in East Memphis, like I ain't going like a lot of people cap and say it's this and that, but like really, like North and South Memphis way worse than East Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
But East Memphis is bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not as bad as it could be, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So I mean, East Memphis, it was hard, you know. Everybody got their own struggle.
Yeah.
It was hard over there, but at the same time, I love it though. You know what I'm saying? That's where I met like a lot of my close friends. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, so you got a big family, brothers, sisters.
I got one little brother. He autistic. I got a sister, but she passed away when I was 2 years old. But it's just my sister. We got the same dad, but different moms.
So okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And other than that, I just got a lot of cousins.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I see the interactions you have with your brother online. I think that's really cool too, man. You can tell y'all are really close.
Yeah.
You seem like y'all got a close family, man. So, growing up, did you play sports? Did you play as a kid?
Yeah, I was a hooper. I played basketball.
Did you? Okay.
I tried football when I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I got my popped one time in practice, and I said, you know what? I think I ain't gonna play this next year.
I'll peace out. Yeah, y'all can have this. Yeah. So like, let's get into music, okay? Like, the earliest that you could say remember, like growing up, when did rap become something? Obviously, being from Memphis, it may have been something you were more prone to than somebody from other parts of the world, just because how heavy Memphis has rap going.
But I mean, I started loving rap probably when I just came out the womb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't start making music till I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying, I didn't know what I was doing. I was terrible at it. You know what I'm saying? I was having trouble finding the beat, trying to be on beat.
Right.
But like, it just grew, and I just kept going, and I fell in love. After I made that first song, I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And even though it was like the song was terrible, I just fell in love with creating.
No, for sure.
And you know, hearing my voice, like at first, you know, hearing your voice is weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, even though it was weird to me, I fell in love with it because I just created this. What more can I do if I just keep going?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope to hear that, because if any artist knows exactly what you're talking about when you said that right there,
Mm-hmm.
because all artists have felt that way. Obviously, too, back in the day when you first create something, you think it's super dope.
Yeah.
Obviously, looking back, you're like, man, it wasn't nowhere close to what it is now. But that's just all part of growing,
Right,
you know.
right.
But as far as rap, what were your biggest influences? Obviously, was it more Memphis based, or did you listen to a little bit of everything rap wise?
More Memphis based. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to a lot of like Memphis rap, but at the same time, like my favorite rapper, artist really of all time, I got two. I put them in the same category. Which I mean, I don't know if I can do that, but I will.
You can,
anyways.
yeah.
But Akon,
Oh, okay.
and then XXX Tentacion,
Mm-hmm.
the one who just passed.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to X, man.
So them two, them are my two favorites of all time. But other than that, like I always listen to Moneybagg Yo.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to any like Memphis rap, like anything that's popping in Memphis, I was listening to it.
Yeah, same here, man. I mean, we're 3 hours from y'all, but growing up for me, it was. I mean, because I'm older than you, I'm 38. But it was all 3 6 Mafia, Play a Fly, Gotti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that, everything Memphis really. 8 Ball and MJG, DJ Squeaky, Dolph, all them.
Yeah.
So you said you started doing music when you were 16. When you started doing it, obviously, was it something you were like, oh, this is cool? Or was it something you were like, I'm fixing to laser focus on this and really try to do something with it? Or was it just something you was doing for fun at the
When
time?
I first started, I was like, like you said, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I was still hooping. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even play for my school. I just loved hooping. And that's what I really focused on. But the more songs I made, I fell in love with it. I got my own studio at my house back then. Didn't know really what I was doing, so I started going to studios in the city. But I had built my own at first, and that's when I really started taking it serious, because I was like, man, if I just keep going, I know I could make some out of this, and I did.
Yeah.
And I love it, and I'm still making stuff out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
One thing I will say about you too, man, you work, dog. Like, because you being a younger artist, you kind of know the way the grind is just because it's what you came up in. Meaning, it's all about singles and visuals.
Yeah.
And you got to do them quick, bro. But years ago, you could put an album out and let it ride for a year. And maybe, you know what I mean? It's just not that way anymore.
Yeah.
Everything is, we want more, we want it right now, we want it,
Exactly.
But we're going to start kind of going back to when you, like your discography, right? So 2018, it was Whoa, the first thing you put out. Was that the first?
Nah, 2018. In 2018, what really kind of got my name buzzing is two songs, Drip Walk
Okay.
and Offspray.
Okay.
And Letter to My Mama.
Yeah.
Them three right there. That's kind of what kind of got my name circling a little bit, just a little bit around the city.
Yeah.
Then, Choppa had just dropped Shot of Flow, and he took off. And then with him making Shot of Flow, they was going back and listening to his old stuff, and me and him already got old songs that's out, so they was trying to tune into who I was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
bro.
I've been knowing him since I was like, I've been knowing his big brother since I was 12 years old in 6th grade, middle school. So him I've been knowing since I was like 13, 14.
Oh, so y'all just been knowing each other since teenagers, and
yeah.
y'all did music and stuff when y'all first.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, Offspray, I know that's probably one of my favorite ones of yours too. I just didn't know if it came out before, Whoa, or if it was all. I guess you kind of was releasing.
Whoa ain't even come out till like mid to late 2019.
Okay. So that's when you started seeing the buzz. Whenever you started doing Offspray and Drip Walk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then was Hit the Scene. Was that shortly after?
So
you and Chopper did?
So I dropped. I did. I think Letter to My Mama, then Drip Walk, then Offspray. No, I did Drip Walk, Social Style, then Osprey.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
But see, after Osprey, Choppa, so like I said, Choppa had just got his name.
Yeah.
He started promoting, you know, he'll promote Osprey for me. And
Yeah.
they was really trying to tune into who I was. So then, like, I want to say a couple months later or like a month later, we dropped Hit the Scene.
Mm.
And that, you know what I'm saying? I thank Choppa for that. We brothers, so, you know,
Yeah.
I thank him for that. Man, we dropped Hit the Scene, and it took off.
Man, dude.
Like, it took off. Like, me and him was thinking it was going to do 1 million. Right now on YouTube, it's sitting at 30. And overall, sitting over like 100 M.
You finna hit 25 million on Spotify, and I looked at that earlier.
Yeah.
Which is dope, dude. And it's one of those things too. Like you said, y'all had already been cutting records, and then that one just took off. You know what I mean? And then is that when you was doing like when that stuff you started seeing obviously a big bump in everything? I'm sure when the stuff with NLE hit, and is that when you kept pushing the singles you did like. Was like Clear Fruit and Okay was all that stuff.
Right after I dropped Hit the Scene, I dropped Clear Fruit.
Yeah.
And after Clear Fruit, I dropped Okay. Clear Fruit didn't do as good. Like I ain't gonna, if I'd have dropped Okay before Clear Fruit, Okay would have probably been bigger than what it is. Like I said, 2.3 million views now.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd been bigger because Clear Fruit is a cool song, but that song is more for now because that's like a TikTok type of song.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But like Okay. That would have been, you know, that would have been bigger than what it is. But it's like that's still one of my top streaming songs right now.
I told you that Hit the Scene 2 is the first thing I heard or saw. Okay is the one I heard next.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started finding the other stuff. But I want to say it was on YouTube. Maybe it was Wicked Films or something?
Uh-huh.
So shout it. Are they based out of Memphis?
Yeah, Wicked out of Memphis.
Okay, dope. That's cool. So, and then 2019, bro, you was heavy with you was hitting the single like heavy, which was dope because you was already booming because maybe of the stuff you had already done, and then it looked like you just kept going with it because you did Try to Tell Them.
Yeah.
Woe Flow. Was it kind of just you was just dropping pretty much every few weeks?
Really, like I feel like now I'm way more consistent than what I was then. Cause back then, like I drop once a month or once every 2 months, and I feel like that kind of slowed me down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like cause people be watching, you know, people watching.
Yeah.
And it's like in my head now, when I think about it, I'm like, back then they probably didn't think I was just going hard enough. Plus my intention, like, when you first, I'm 19 years old, I'm first, you know, that's when all the females coming towards you, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the money. All this, you know, thank God I learned from that, though. You know what I'm saying? I learned from all that.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Okay.
But yeah, so thank God I learned from all that, and now I know what I'm doing. I know how to be way more consistent, and my work ethic's crazy. Like, it was crazy back then, but like back then I was at the studio from like 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., like that type of thing. So, but it's just my dropping, like me releasing is more consistent than it was back then.
Yeah, and that's crazy because that goes back to what I was saying earlier too. You were dropping once a month and felt like you weren't being as consistent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That just shows how fast people wait for the drops now. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So like you were killing it. But in your head, you were like, I can do better than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just, people want that, they want a lot of it quick. So
this is what I be telling people that be asking me for, advice. Mm-hmm. I be like, stay consistent, of course, and motivate. You know, I mean, have your own self-motivation, faith in God. Mm-hmm. That's always first, though. But it's like, it's like they want to, instead of just hearing you now, they want to see you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They want to see who you are, how you dress, what you about. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation, they go crazy over what you are and who you are, and they want to see you. They want to see your image. Yeah. They just want to figure out who you are and not just hear you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because it's not, you could drop a song now and it could be your best song, but if you don't put a visual to it, it's just going to kind of go under. You know what I mean? It's just not going to get the looks like it should. Mm-hmm. And then 2019, you kept going. You did Go Mode. You did Club Love.
That song, Club Love, right? Yeah. So on YouTube, it only did like, the actual music video did like 130K, 150K. Mm-hmm. But if I pull up my streams right now, that joint is at 1.5 million streams. And I'm still trying to figure out where they're coming from. Like on Spotify, I don't got that many. Apple don't got that many. It says it's coming from YouTube, but I don't know from what on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like your YouTube, like your topic page or something.
Yeah, like maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
that's hard though.
That's dope. At least it's getting somewhere. Somebody's listening to it. That's cool.
Listening to it.
Yeah. And then you did, and that's crazy. You did Vibing Different.
That joint, I really like. That's one of my most streamed songs. That's crazy, and I don't really like that song like that.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean it's hard, but it ain't my type of style. It's love. I mean, I love making love music because I'm good at it. Mm-hmm. But it's like that one, I was new to it, so I didn't really like it like that. But they love it. The fans love it.
Right. Well, I guess that's what, and that happens a lot of times, man. You'll find something that you put out that you think is your favorite one, and it just don't hit with everybody.
That's what me and him was just talking about in the car. Yeah. We were just talking about, man, it could be, I could think it's my worst song, but the whole time my fans think it's my best song.
Yeah, man. Which I guess makes, with Vibing Different, you wasn't really a fan, but you saying it's streaming really well, so it's kind of like, Hit the Scene 2 dropped that same year. Uh-huh. That video was fire, dog. Like I said, maybe it's just because it was the first I had seen of you. Sorry, I got a cough. And then it was just a dope ass video, bro. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool, yeah, for sure. Mind a Baby Joker, I thought that one was dope because you had the whole Joker get up in the video.
See, it's tad on.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah,
tad on.
That's dope. You kept going. Let's see, 2020. You kept, but you still in 2020, dude. You just kept going because you at this point you still haven't dropped an album yet. You were all just strictly singles, right? Yeah. And you were doing. I'm sure at this point you were doing You were getting booked for shows too.
Yeah.
That was kind of a thing too.
Well, 2020 not as much because that's when COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
2019 I was getting shows like crazy, but 2020 that's when COVID hit and everything was just getting locked down.
Yeah, and you kind of, it's a lot of artists in 2020, man. It was kind of a sink or swim thing, like, because you couldn't go do shows, you had to figure something out, so you put out as much content as you could. Exactly. Because in 2020, that's when you was doing like Clout Junkie, Chewbacca. You was dropping a bunch of different singles then too, right? Mm-hmm. What was the one I remember? Woe Flow 2.
Yeah. That's right there way harder than Woe Flow 1 to me.
Yeah.
Because just how I flowed on it.
Yeah. Well, and you were just improving because you was more experienced.
Yeah, exactly.
You had Wild. You had Pull Up.
Wild goes crazy in streams.
Does it?
That has over almost 800,000 streams.
Is that the pool party one?
No, Wild. No, Woe Flow 2's pool party.
Okay.
And Woe Flow. All the Woe Flows at pool parties.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Wild was just a house party type of thing.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you was still heavy with the singles, man, because you was dropping. You dropped them. You dropped Wave Rider. You dropped Forgive My Tears, Cash App. I love the Cash App one's fire too. Yeah, Poppin' Shit. Let's see. Going through. So you just kept on. Grinding with it. We get to 2021. Do you want to? So was it February of 2021 when everything happened?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess just kind of, break down what all that was about, how it came about.
February 5th, 2021. Me and my team and my girl at the time, we was on the way to Los Angeles, California, and we arrived. I forgot what time we arrived. If you want me to be honest with you, but I just know we went to the Airbnb. And then after we went to the Airbnb, we went and got some food. Mm-hmm. My cameraman and them, they already went to their own hotel. You know what I'm saying? So only me and my girl and a couple more folks went to the Airbnb. Mm-hmm. So went to our Airbnb. And so then after they went there, we got some food, and then we went walking around downtown, and then. You know what I'm saying? We pulled up to some store. So I didn't really know it. Like somebody told me about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody told me about the store. So I said, "Cool, we can go." Man, like next thing I know, they go in the store. It wasn't no regular gas station store. It's like an actual stop, like a weed store or something like that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And he go in the store. Not even 5 minutes later, man. So folks pull up in the blind side, but see, they didn't think we seen them. I seen them though.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm telling my girl, telling her like, hey, let's roll. It's time to roll. You know what I'm saying?
Something's fixing to.
Yeah,
they're fixing to plot on
so
something.
they get out the car, but see, right before traffic came, me and her took off across the street, and then traffic started coming. So they couldn't really do nothing at that point. They couldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they hopped back in their car and they just drove off. And so then, as men, we go looking for we look for the dude that went to the store. Couldn't really just find him, and we was walking back, cause we didn't know exactly where the store was. He knew, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We started walking back to the car, and as we was walking back, some random pedestrians, like they ain't had nothing to do with none of this.
Yeah.
They were driving, and they just weren't paying attention, I guess, and they hit us with the car. They was going, I think, I really don't know how fast they was going, probably like a 50 to 70 and a 35. It's something I really can't remember, but it's something like
Were
that.
y'all trying to cross the street, or were y'all already?
We're trying to get across the street to get back to the car.
Yeah.
And we got hit by the car. She ended up getting like a liver laceration. She healed from that though.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting induced into a coma, and my head, from the police report, they said my head smacked the windshield, and I got a brain injury. It's like a diffused accidental grade 3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grade 2 or 3, one or the other.
Yeah.
And it just made my whole left side paralyzed. I was in a coma for 9 days. But yeah, my speech was messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't walk because of course my left side.
Yeah.
I had to relearn how to, you know what I'm saying. I mean, once I started to remember things, then I didn't have to learn no more because it just came back to me. But at first, I had to relearn how to like read, write.
Did you know who anybody was, or?
Yeah, I
did. You had that at least, yeah.
I had that. But like people ask me what happens in the coma. Man, my coma experience, everybody has different ones. My coma experience, every dream I had was tragic. Like it was like a nightmare. Every dream. So it was like I was suffering. You know what I'm saying? In every dream I was suffering. And then it was like, on top of that, what was I finna say? See, that's the brain injury. I be having little moments.
You good, dog. You good. Did they? So when you was in the coma, when all that happened out in California, did you stay out there and go through all that there?
Yeah.
Before they brought you back to Memphis. Okay.
Yeah. And I was only in the hospital for like, once I finally started, I ain't gonna lie, like they were saying that I could be up in there for almost 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but like it only took me a month because in my heart and in my mind I put my faith in God first.
Yeah.
And I didn't of course people was around me were trying to motivate me, but you know what I'm saying. Of course the nurses and doctors are gonna tell you the worst case scenario.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And that wasn't motivating. So I just motivated myself.
Yeah. And
I knew I had a fan base to get back to. So in that hospital, I said, I made myself learn how to do everything again. Mm-hmm. And I went to rehab literally. I was only in the hospital for a month. Went home, flew home, and everybody, all the doctors and stuff, was like, he's a miracle. Like, he's not even supposed to be where he's at right now for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I went to rehab. They told me in rehab I was supposed to be in rehab about almost 2 months. I was in there for like 6 to 9 days.
Yeah.
Because I taught myself how to walk and everything again.
Yeah.
Well, they helped teach me, but I got up and did it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, I didn't. I was not waiting. I told them, hey, come on, when we starting, let's do it. Like, I'm not trying to sit around here like a corpse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on my grind and get on it.
Yeah, and see, that's probably a reason why that you were able to do that as quick as you did, because of the determination that you had, because
and he guided me through all this. Long live Sammy Benzo.
Oh, yeah, R.I.P.
Sammy Kirkman Jr., my brother. Okay, R.I.P.
Oh, so that's the one you did. You did the you did a video
Big Whoa. It's called Big Whoa.
Yeah, that's the big. That's the one. The football stuff. Yeah. Because that's dope, man. That's crazy that even happened. Was y'all just out there doing like music or shows or something, or just wanted to come out there and vacate?
When I went to LA he wasn't with me. He passed away, but like a couple months before this, or a few months before this. But no, we went out there because I was supposed to go do a song with Caskey.
Okay.
And then I was supposed to shoot a video.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I was out there for strictly business.
Gotcha.
Okay. Left.
Yeah. And then, God, that's crazy that happened. I mean, thank God you made it through it all, that man. But that's crazy that chain of events happened. You know, that it went from y'all trying to not get robbed or whatever was going to happen with them people that was plotting to then that happening. But one thing about going back to the coma, so like you were saying, when you came out of the coma, what was that like trying to process all of that stuff?
So like a person that's in a coma that don't have a burn injury is normal. They wake up and they just like, what happened?
They just slept.
Me?
Yeah.
Even after the coma, I was still just not conscious. Like I would get up, I would look around, I'll try to talk. I'll try. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't just talk yet.
Yeah.
It was taking me a minute. Like, I remembered who everybody was, but it would take me to, see, because my vision was blurry, and my vision was messed up for at least a month and a half, 2 months. Like, my vision's, like, when I lay on the back of my head like this, my vision, it gets unfocused. Like, when I sit up, I'm focused, but
it's like when a camera's trying to focus in,
Yeah, so, it's different. It's definitely, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Do you have now do you have like issues where it's like, when I say fog, I mean just mental fog, where you'll have trouble like remembering and stuff like that? I guess that's just part of still trying to recover through it.
No, I remember everything pretty well, but like then again, I be moving so fast, I will forget something because I move too fast. Right,
and that just could be chalked up to just on the go. That's anybody.
But like with the experience, like it's certain things I don't remember. I just remember, like I don't remember actually getting hit by the car. I don't remember the car at all.
Yeah.
But I do remember, the attempted robbery and all that
leading
stuff.
up to.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah. After all I remember is going across the street looking for dude, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, how long was it after that happened to where you were like, I got to get back to seeing if I can create some music? Because obviously you're going through trying to learn how to get your speech back and all that, but was it quick to where you were like, I got to get right back at?
I'm trying, as soon as I got out of rehab after so this whole process, the whole process of the hospital plus rehab was like a month and a half maybe.
Yeah.
I got in the studio first week I got out of rehab.
Is that when you did Comatose?
Yeah, I couldn't, my speech was, you can tell in the song, my speech completely messed up.
Yeah.
I said, y'all finna feel me.
Yeah.
Like, y'all finna see this is how authentic this is and what I'm going through. Y'all finna see me grow.
I think that's why people gravitate to you a lot, dog. Yeah. Because most people wouldn't have done that. They would have been self-conscious about it, I think, because they want people to, they don't, you know how a lot of people are, especially artists, dog, they don't want people to see them when they're not A1 100. You know what I mean? And like, the fact that you did that is probably why your fan base is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that means a lot to people. That's some shit like, that's some Jelly type shit. That's some like stuff Jelly.
Yeah, no, Jelly one of the realest artists I know. For sure.
To be vulnerable, but to give that to your fans and be like, look, this is what it is, but I'm still trying to do this for y'all. You know what I mean? Because you dropped Comatose less than 2 months after that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that answered my question really. I mean, as far as that goes, because you was right back at getting on the music again.
Yeah.
Did you want to, when you got back, when you were still dropping singles, but did you have an idea for an actual album with the brain injury, or did that just come about after you got that batch of songs done?
After I made Comatose, that's when it hit me. I said, I'm gonna make I said, now I have a reason to make an album.
Yeah.
Now I actually have a reason to make an album.
Yeah. Like a theme. And
I got a story. Yeah, like, they got to hear me. Like, I'm going to show them. Like, I did have people come up to me and be like, man, I think you should wait before you drop. Wait till you get your voice back right. I said, no. they gotta feel me. Like they gotta understand what I'm going through. I'm not finna go missing for so long, because then if I go missing, what's gonna happen if they just, tune out? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They're waiting. I said, they finna feel me. Like, they finna understand I went through this. Now I gotta get back to this, and I gotta get back to that.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
And you don't regret that at all, the way you did that. That's the way to move it, dude.
Now, I have thought sometimes, like, maybe I should have waited maybe a couple more weeks. But I was like, nah, they can feel me. I said, they gonna feel me.
No, for sure. Yeah, because you was back at it with the singles, man. You was dropping, we dropped Hang Up, you dropped V8 Power, Guapanese. This is all stuff that you did.
No.
Or was this older stuff that came out
So,
later?
Comatose was after the Coma.
Okay.
Hang Up was the video I shot 2 weeks before I got the situation happened.
Yeah.
I shot that in Miami like 2 weeks before I went to LA, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Guapanese, that was recorded before the Coma.
Type of Day.
I dropped that before the Coma.
Right before, yeah. It said January. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
I dropped that on my birthday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you did the Allegations remix, which was
that was before the Coma.
Was that the Pooh Shiesty remix?
Yeah. But I dropped that before the Coma too, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you still doing it, man. You did Gas, you did Balla Home, which is another one of my favorites of yours when you are in the studio. Mm-hmm. That was a dope one, I thought. And then you kept going, man. You did Big Woe. I'm just going through your Apple stuff. It may have came out at different times, but and then you and Project Pat did a collab.
Well, me and him, we recorded that in 2019. I just didn't release it.
You just didn't drop it, okay. You want to talk about Pat any? Project Pat? How that came about?
Man, that's my guy. I fuck with him. He's solid. I fuck with him heavy.
Yeah, he's good.
I only met him only a couple times in person, but every time I met him, we had a good bond. Like, that's my guy.
Yeah, and his energy is really dope.
Yeah,
too,
he's a positive
super
guy.
Positive, yeah, man. Yeah. So that was cool. That's a dope song too, man. And then y'all, then Approach, which was another one of those.
I recorded that right before the Coma. And
did you really? Okay.
Yeah, and when I recorded that, when I first started recording it, it was so new to me. That sound was so new. I said, I don't know if I feel it, because I'm so used to going aggressive and hard. I'm like, I don't know if I like this. It grew on me, and I said, this is one of my best songs ever. Yeah,
and it was kind of like vibing different. It was kind of along those lines.
Yeah.
But the Approach, that one seemed to do really well. Felt like
it did. It got like over 500-something thousand streams.
Yeah, and then when did y'all feel? Because you did Feeling Like Young Boy. Now we're in 2022 now. But when did y'all figure out that you and NLE was going to do the Off the Rip joint? Was it just it's about time we do something else?
Yeah,
type stuff?
Like I recorded Off the Rip like before I recorded that at the same time I shot Hang Up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I recorded at the studio in Miami, and we had started getting in contact. You know what I'm saying? Because we're both busy people.
For sure, yeah.
So and he was just like, send me an open verse. So I sent him Off the Rip. I said, this is something that he could really, our energies can match again, to like how we didn't hit the same. Our energies could really just match again.
Yeah.
So I sent him Off the Rip. And he went ham on that joint.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a dope ass song, man. And then going back to, was it like a year? Did you do it a year? Almost a year to the date of everything happening is when you dropped the album, Brain Injury.
Yeah, a year exactly.
Oh, you're exactly okay. Yeah. So yeah, and we'll put this. I'm gonna flash all this album art on the screen where people can go and check them out. But Brain Injury, if y'all haven't checked it out, man, if you want an overall project, y'all should tap into that project, because like he was saying, he's really letting y'all see what all he went through with that. And I think it's especially for your first album.
That's the thing, like, even though it's just a lot of audios, they still can visualize. They gonna see it just by hearing it. They could just visualize it.
No, for sure, dude. And it was dope to see you being able to do that album, and with it being your first album, and with it being the circumstances, I thought you did really well with it, dude. I thought it was put together well.
Thank you so much.
For sure, yeah. You just kept going too, because you dropped Junt, Stand on Business, because you just like Morals.
Now Junt, like every song I dropped after that album is recorded after the Coma. That's how you know I healed.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
Stand on Business. Now when I recorded Stand on Business, that's when I was like, oh yeah, I healed, because that motherfucker right there snapping.
Yeah, man, for sure. And then you dropped Young and Dumb, D&D, Do Not Disturb one.
Do Not Disturb, I recorded that in 2019 actually. I just felt like dropping it.
See, that's dope because people are finding that out because most of that, I mean, people would just assume when you dropped it is close to the time you recorded it, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool too. That just shows too how much you work to be able to do that, man. And then that kind of leads us up to the newest single,
Right.
Hotter, which is banging.
How?
And as we record this, the visual hasn't dropped, but you said you're dropping the visual soon?
Yeah, like the next week or two.
Yeah, so when this interview drops, we'll make sure we'll drop it along the time that the video drops. So we'll put the link in there for y'all to check that out. But that single is fire, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing the visual.
No, that's one of my most streamed songs on Spotify. It's got more, like, in the span of 28 to 7, like, I mean, not 28 days, but like in the span of like 7 days, it's already got more streams than Hit the Scene. Like, it's got,
as far as the
like,
7
like
days.
the 7 days, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That just got like 20,000 streams.
Yeah, 21,000.
In only like less than a month.
Yep. And so I just refreshed it. Now it's at 22.
Yeah, it go crazy.
Yeah, so that's dope, man. So, that's kind of covering the music stuff. Let's kind of tap into like just you outside the music stuff. Is there anything you wanna talk about as far as letting people know if they want to learn more about you? What would be something you would tell them, as far as like you as a person, you know, or just something, just to maybe let the fans kind of get a sight inside of.
I know me as a person, I'm like I feel like sometimes, I mean, I really feel like I can never be too humble, but I know I'm super humble. Like,
for sure, I can vouch for that.
Like, I never want to come off cocky because I love everybody, and I, you know, whoever's winning right now, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing people win, because me seeing them win motivates me. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way everybody should look. That's the way I look at stuff too, man.
You know, I can, like, I've never been a follower, but I've also never been a hater.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted, you know, with my Coma and everything, the message I want to put out is I just don't want nobody to ever give up.
Yeah.
Like, I literally came from nothing. Like no, couldn't talk, like they couldn't walk, couldn't run, couldn't barely eat, and now I'm back dancing and like nothing happened. And
anybody that hasn't seen it, you can go to his Instagram and see all that.
Yeah, you can just look up on YouTube and see my shows since the Coma. Like, they gonna see everything, and they gonna be like, and I want anybody in the world, no matter what you're going through, you could be going through the worst thing in life. God got a plan for you that's so big. You just gotta keep going, cause the dream will never work if you quit. If you quit, how's the dream ever gonna come true?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you give up, how's the dream ever gonna come true? Put in that work. Stay consistent. Don't be bullshitting when you're doing that work. Like, really do it. Do it because you love it. Don't do it just because, you know, the money. Like, it's sometimes, like, it be some points in times in my career where sometimes I will overreact about, like, numbers and stuff like that. But it's like, I had to chill because I had to remember, I'm doing this because I love it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do got to make sure I'm on top of my numbers, because this is what feeds me. This is what feeds my family.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to ever work a job again.
No, I feel you on that one, man.
So,
and you got to think, too, all of that is true, what you just said. And you're still young, dog.
Yeah,
like, you still got your whole... You're just really getting started, bro. If you really look at it, like, you've been heavy at it for like 4 years, let's say.
Yeah.
But you're really just getting started, and to have that kind of a mindset and have already been through that stuff, you know, with the Coma stuff, man, I'm sure that gives you a whole new leash on life. Like, it makes you probably look at
I look at life way different. Like I don't. It's certain stuff I don't even like talking about anymore, just because words are very powerful. The tongue is very powerful.
Yeah.
Cause that video Type of Day was released right before the Coma, and kind of similar situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like in Type of Day, I woke up out of a coma.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like I spoke it. It's like I spoke it.
Like you didn't mean to manifest it, but it kind of
the video kind of, yeah. So, it's certain stuff I don't like saying no more. Like, I don't like mentioning, like, anything to do with no devil stuff, no demon. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like even hearing about it.
Yeah.
I'm very, like, high on God.
Yeah.
Like, even though I know I rap about some stuff that might not be, so holy.
You can still be spiritual though, bro.
Yeah,
you don't
like,
have to be a gospel rapper.
I do it because, like, a lot of stuff I rap about now, I do it because, shoot, I know what I've lived, I know what I've been through, I know what I've done.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to speak how I feel.
Yeah.
That's what God put me here to do, speak how I feel.
Yeah.
We're all human. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. And that's, so, what is next for you? What are you working on now? Are you just continuing to work on singles?
I want to drop a Brain Injury Deluxe, but I don't know when. Don't know when yet. I'm for sure going to do a deluxe, like, probably going to be the 2-year anniversary, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
That'd be dope.
But it's going to be called Brain Injury Deluxe Recovered or Stronger. It's going to be something like that, along the lines of that. And other than that, until that, I might drop. I know I'm gonna drop a lot of singles for sure. I got so much stuff coming up.
I bet, man. Well, as we're filming this, you're getting the studio after this to go do some more stuff. So you're just gonna stay and working, man. I respect the hell out of it, man, and I look forward to seeing what's next from you. I'm glad that you that we were able to sit down and do this, and I think that people are really gonna enjoy it, and they're gonna. Anybody that's not familiar with you, I think this is a good way to get them familiar, because it's not just. It's easy, bro, to look at somebody and think something without knowing who they are. Yeah. I think this turned out great, bro. I really do appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh
yeah. Look, if my eyes are low, y'all, I'm not high. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do none of that. I'm super tired. I ain't getting no sleep last night, but that's what comes with it.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you, dog, again, man, and y'all be sure to tap in White Sosa. We'll put his Instagram in there, and we'll put the link to his new video for Hotter when it drops. And ChadArmesTV, man, I appreciate you, bro.
For sure.